going to head into a little bit of celebrity action today. All right, so one glance at the ice on the necks and wrists of Lil Wayne and Post Malone may lead you to believe that they two of the coolest recording artists currently in the game. But looks can be deceiving because both are finding themselves in a bit of legal hot water today after a recent FOIA lawsuit revealed that both men may have lied about their respective touring companies' drug-free policies, allegedly drafted to secure tens of millions in SBA loans during the pandemic. Dwayne Carter and Austin Post, more commonly known as by the stage names of Lil Wayne and Post Malone, were among dozens of company head names received by Business Insider after filing a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit against the SBA. Per the article, Lil Wayne often smokes joints on podcasts and on stage, and the word baked is tattooed on his forehead. In 2019, he even launched a cannabis brand, and a few years before that, he told an interviewer that weed was one of the most important things in his life. But in 2021, Carter told the government that his touring company, Young Money Touring Incorporated, was a drug-free workplace. The dangers of drugs like weed were communicated to employees, he said, and they were told that they could be punished or forced to go to rehab if they violated them. Post Malone similarly told the SBA that his company, Posty Touring Incorporated, warned employees against using drugs. But in 2020, on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he said that he made music while on hallucinogenic mushrooms, also a Schedule I drug since 1970. Again, last year, Post told an interviewer, "Yeah, I take shrooms." And while he differentiated them from hard drugs and alluded to the potential medical benefits, they are still banned. Documents received by Business Insider were signed by Carter and Post, whose companies received $8.8 and appeared to question either's claims before cutting the checks. And there's no The agency's inspector general said last year that employees had just 4 hours to review applications with little time to conduct due diligence. Hope y'all got y'all money too.
7,000 applications in case.
Like Trump chaos. The Office of the Inspector General declined a request for comment on Business Insider's reporting, as its policy prevents from commenting on specific documents or confirming or denying investigative activity. The SBA did not respond to a request for comment. While it may seem like a stretch for the SBA to tie Lil Wayne and Post Malone's pandemic payouts to their drug law compliance, similar requirements have been in place for recipients of federal funds for decades. States and cities also sometimes demand to know what's in people's bloodstreams before cutting checks. So, several states have tried to require drug tests for welfare recipients, and San Francisco just voted to require recipients of cash grants to pass a drug screening. Business Insider says that companies led by Carter and Post were among the recipients of aid under the Shuttered Venue Operations Grant Program, which was meant to help struggling music venues to avoid bankruptcy. In 2023, BI spotlighted $200 million in payments from the initiative to big-name artists, many of them already rich and most of them clients of Los Angeles accounting and asset management firm NKSFB. As with many federal programs, recipients had to certify that they followed federal laws. In other words, freewheeling musicians who sometimes got by with a little help from their friends had to commit themselves to the kinds of standards more often applied to defense contractors such as Elon Musk's SpaceX, end quote. Some of the artists who claim to be drug-free have posted pics on Instagram of working in weed-smoke-filled recording studios. Touring company for the dream pop duo Beach House. I don't know them. You know them, Jason? You know Yaro? That's your jam? Beach House?
No, but I can help you buy a beach house. Right now, I'm working on a lake house.
In the middle of the country. The touring company for the dream pop duo Beach House, who NME reported blamed a festival snafu on, quote, too much MDMA, duly professed to be drug-free, but in 2022, the band's official Twitter account cheered the huge cloud of weed smoke that blew over the stage when they performed. Hell yeah, the Post said. Representatives for Beach House did not respond to a request for comments, nor did press contacts for Lil Wayne or Post Malone. SBA told grant applicants that they could be sued or even prosecuted for lying. The agency's FAQ page clearly states that if an entity is found to have made material misrepresentations on its application as part of a fraudulent effort to obtain SVOG funding, it will have committed an act of perjury and could be subject to various civil and criminal penalties. But so far, no one has been. And especially in the case of artists using weed, it's likely they won't because the changing norms around cannabis around the country. The Shuttered Venue Operations Grant Program was well funded enough to cut a second round of checks to recipients, but some businesses that weren't very different from venues and stages did not qualify for assistance at all. Nanette Day, a retired federal agent who worked on pandemic-related issues, said lying to the government to get pandemic relief funds is outrageous, but she said agencies were trying to estimate and stimulate the economy and realized that some of what they were shoveling out the door would be wasted. They said, we will accept a certain amount of loss because we don't have the luxury of designing a foolproof program. But the threat of prosecution can spur settlements. Day said that some people who wrongly received Paycheck Protection Program funds gave the money back once confronted. With the amount of money both Carter and they'll have any issues paying the government back if found guilty of defrauding the government. Post Malone currently earns an estimated $500,000 per concert. Wayne, on the other hand, makes an estimated $600,000 per show and reportedly hauled in $105 million in tour earnings between 2020 and 2021 alone. It was that stimmy checks, man. Stimmy checks got him through. As a convicted felon, Wayne was able to evade federal gun possession charges after getting a presidential pardon from Jason Beck's favorite former president. But his past legal issues have prevented him from participating in several international shows, as many countries deny entry for individuals with rap sheets like his. Could lying to the feds in an effort to score pennies on the dollars routinely earned doing what he does best be the mistake that finally lands Lil Wayne back in the bang? I doubt it, but I'm no legal expert. I am Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street for High 9 News, though, and I want to hear from the rest of the team. What do y'all think about this? These guys going to get popped? I think they're just going to get a slap on the wrist because it's America. They got enough money and enough profile.
Well, my first question is, how does Lil Wayne make $100 million touring?
Really, people want to go and see Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's a hot ticket. That's how he does it.
Yeah, he is multi-generational.
Not to mention...
like the old heads, like 40 up, the middle, like 25 to about 35, and then the young kids still like him for some reason.
Not to mention he hasn't had any stampedes at any of his concerts yet, where he's had to shell out millions and millions of dollars to victims.
I mean, here's the bottom line. If you don't get in trouble for a gun, you ain't getting in trouble for this. And on one hand, defrauding the government is about as American as baseball and apple pie, unfortunately. And on the other hand, we know that this is an antiquated relic from the fact that we have this, troublesome federal illegality. I mean, if you were to take the number of musical artists who compose their music on psychedelics and strike that from the discography of American culture, you'd be going back about 50 years and taking most of the good songs away.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk.
Yep, that part. That part for sure.
How lame American music would be without drugs.
We have an esteemed guest with us joining us this morning. How are you this morning? Why don't you tell everybody who you are?
I'm
welcome.
Esteemed guest.
Yes.
Today. That's me?
Yes, that's you. Okay. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Chris the Glove Taylor. I'm a DJ and producer, and my friend and co-producing partner on most of my songs is getting a star today on the Walk of Fame, Dr. Dre. So, Death Row Records in the building.
Oh yeah! Look at that. So
Dre Day.
Yes.
Welcome. Did you secure that chain with some little SBA funding?
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm his attorney. No comment.
Exactly.
So, Chris, what do you think about all of this with Lil Wayne? Basically, he got some government funding because he lied on an application saying that his company was a drug-free work environment.
Not just some funding, $8.9 million.
Yeah, I saw that. But I'm trying to figure out where's the lie, though.
Well, because he consumes cannabis. I mean, his tour bus has been raided by law enforcement in the past. So
several times.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, obviously, it's not a drug-free workplace. I mean, you're a rapper. How can you say that if you're a rapper, you're a drug-free rapper? Those two things just don't go together.
Yeah. He smokes on stage every single performance.
I always consider drugs anything that you got to buy with like a capsule or something like that on it. Cannabis and drugs to me, they don't match. So
okay.
Drug-free for me means about to come off the schedule. So if they're smoking weed in there, so is everybody else that got money. They just out in their cars. I mean, what the hell? Who cares? Nobody got a drug-free workplace.
No one.
All crap, bro. There's no such
Not even the White House.
That's right. Well, we know the White House doesn't. We know they have a cocaine problem over there.
Then let's start there with the hot boys. They like to go, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I think that's just another unfair stigma that they throw at rappers who are quite astute businessmen. This dude pulled $9 million, and most people didn't even know. Mm-hmm. So kudos, bro, and screw the rest of. Can you curse on here?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck those other motherfuckers who got a problem.
Yeah, there we go.
Everybody.
There we go.
There is no such thing.
Those motherfuckers.
Oh, workplace. He said, "Look, you see this? I'm about to smoke this right now."
Yeah.
Not now, but right now.
You know. I remember during Red Ribbon Week, okay, and everyone would get the drug-free red ribbons, okay, and I remember all the kids in my school, they would erase the D and the R on the ribbon, and so then that way their ribbons would say drug E.
Yeah.
They love those ribbons.
Yeah.
And they would go in the back in the bungalows and take some yellow jackets and run around our school.
Exactly.
Schools are drug-free workplaces, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's start there. Let's go to churches. They're drug-free workplaces, right? Like, let's go to the
they get
top
all kinds
of the
of funding.
shelf of the most cleanest areas ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guarantee you're going to find either a piece of crack, a joint, and guaranteed it's alcohol all through the motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Drug-free, take away alcohol, and let's close all the workplaces and take all the money back.
Well, there goes the shutting of every precinct, too.
And what about
they want a point.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody pointing at this 18-year Jack whatever in the cup.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All those judges that drink water that is allegedly vodka.
Caffeine.
Yep.
Yeah, especially if it's alkaline water, man. You can't be doing that.
Drug-free workplace. Give him twice the money.
Give him twice the money. Get Lil Wayne.
You heard it here first. Get Lil Wayne.
Get Lil Wayne that
$18 million. Get richer, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's how the rich get richer. But on that, we got to go to a commercial. We're gonna be right back.